अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन। उम्मीद करती हूँ आप खैरियत से होंगे। Welcome to today's air learning session. My name is Farah Digital Literacy Wali, and today I am going to have an interesting conversation with ChatGPT on the topic how to think creatively and solve problem effectively. In our daily lives, we face different kinds of problems, and sometimes we need to think differently to find better solutions. So let's explore how creativity and problem solving skills can help us in our personal and professional lives. Let's begin our conversation with ChatGPT. Hi ChatGPT, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How's your evening going?
Going very good. Thank you so much for asking. Let me tell you one thing that our today's topic of discussion is how to think creatively and solve problems effectively. Now, let me ask one question one by one, and you have to answer this. My first question is, what does creative thinking actually means in simple words?
Creative thinking simply means looking at a problem in a new way, not just taking the usual path. It's like instead of asking, what do people usually do? You're asking, what else could work here?
Okay, the next question is, why is creative thinking more important in our daily lives?
Creative thinking matters in daily life because not every problem comes with a neat instruction manual. You need flexibility when plans fall apart, like figuring out a shortcut when traffic's bad or finding a way to make a tight budget work. It makes life feel more doable and less stuck.
Okay, is creativity a natural talent or can anyone learn to become more creative?
Honestly, both. Some people seem naturally drawn to it, but anyone can practice it. Like exercising a muscle, you can get better at it. Trying little habits such as brainstorming multiple solutions or asking what if questions can really build those skills over time.
Okay, thank you. What is the connection between creativity and problem solving?
Creativity feeds problem solving because it helps you see multiple paths instead of just the obvious ones. When you're stuck, creativity gives you the mental wiggle room to test new angles and make better decisions.
How can we differentiate between creativity and problem solving?
Creativity is the ability to come up with fresh ideas, right? Well, problem solving is the process of actually picking and applying one of those ideas to fix something. So, like, creativity is the spark, and problem solving is the workflow that uses that spark.
Okay, got it. When we face a difficult problem, what should we do first?
First, slow down and define the problem clearly. Like, what's actually going wrong? And what's in your control? That keeps you from chasing the wrong fixes. What's in the ones in your control?
Okay, thank you. Now tell me, how can we look at a
From
problem
there, yeah,
from a different perspective?
try flipping the question. Instead of how do I fix this, ask what would someone totally different try? Like a kid, a mechanic, or even someone from a different field. That shift cracks the problem open and lets new options show up.
Okay, that's interesting. Can you share some simple techniques that can help us generate new ideas?
Sure. One easy trick is quantity first. Set a timer for 5 minutes and dump out as many ideas as you can, even silly ones. Then pick one or two to refine. Another is mind mapping, starting with one idea in the center and branching off related thoughts. And don't underestimate taking a walk. Physical movement often loosens up mental knots.
Okay, that is very interesting too. How does asking the right question help us solve problem? How can we do this?
Hmm. Good questions sharpen the searchlight. If you ask, why is this happening? Or who is affected most? You uncover layers you might have missed. Better questions narrow the chaos and point your energy in a direction that actually leads to solutions instead of wandering all over.
Hmm. Okay. What should we do when we feel stuck and cannot find a solution?
Take a break. Seriously. Step away, go for a walk, sleep on it. The mind keeps working in the background. And when you return, new angles often pop up. If still stuck, talk it out with someone else. Fresh ears see blind spots you can't.
That is very interesting too. Then, can you tell me that how can brainstorming help us find creative solutions?
Brainstorming helps dump out the obvious ideas, the safe ones, and the weird ones too, which is good because quantity leads to quality. Later, you sift through and refine. Let everything
Okay.
land first, then pick what looks promising. That separation makes better solutions more likely.
Okay. Can making mistake actually help us become better problem solver?
Yes, mistakes are like feedback. They show you what doesn't work, which narrows the field for what might. The trick is to actually look back and ask, what did I learn here? Instead of looping on, I failed. That's how experience turns into better judgment.
Okay, means judgment is not necessary. You have to be very careful when you are solving any problem, isn't it?
Right. Be thoughtful, not careless. Delay judgment until you've gathered enough options, then choose wisely. Creative faith.
Okay, now then can you tell me that how can technology and AI tools like ChatGPT support creative thinking?
AI can spark ideas by giving examples, reframing problems, or offering perspectives you might not think of. Then you use your human judgment to filter. It boosts speed and range. Cool.
Okay, mean it can give us ideas. Am I right?
Right. AI can generate lots of starting points fast, but yeah, but you're the one who decides what's useful, what's ethical, and what actually fits your problem and values.
Nice. Can you give us an example of using creative thinking to solve an everyday problem?
Sure. Let's say your backpack zipper breaks right before school. Instead of just panicking, you ask, what else could hold these books? You might use a tote bag, tie the zipper with a string, or carry them in smaller bundles. Tiny creative leaps like that turn everyday hiccups into solvable puzzles.
Okay. What are some common habits that stop people from thinking creatively?
Hmm. Overthinking, rushing to the first answer, not getting outside perspectives, or being afraid of looking silly can kill creativity. Spot those habits and break the loops and give yourself room to play with possibilities.
Can you please point these tips which kill creativity?
Sure, yeah. Overthinking, rushing to the first idea, avoiding other perspectives, saying, we've always done it this way, and being scared of looking silly. Those tend to shut down new thinking.
Okay, got it. You mean that we should watch or we should analyze the problem with our own perspective. We should not take care of what others are thinking.
Right. Balance is the key. Listen to feedback, but and what actually works in practice. Outside views help, but you make the final call because you live with the outcome. That's how creative judgment grows.
Thank you. That is very interesting question answer. How can students and professionals improve their problem solving skills?
Practice deliberately. Take on small challenges, reflect after each one, a- ask what worked and what didn't, seek feedback, and stay curious about different fields. Even reading a bit outside your domain can seed fresh approaches. Little consistent habits make a big difference over time.
That is good. Can you tell me that how can we take the feedbacks? Is it from the professionals or the from family members or anyone can give us feedback on our work?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can come from all over. Professionals might give technical advice, friends or family notice practical things you miss, and both are valuable. The key is to listen openly, filter what actually applies, and explain your reasoning back. That keeps the useful bits without losing your direction.
Okay, now my next question is what is one simple exercise we can practice every day to improve our creativity?
Try the object 10 uses drill. Pick something boring like a paperclip and list 10 different uses for it. Silly counts.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, the last question of this session, I would like to ask that if someone wants to become a better problem solver today, what should be the first step they have to take?
Start with a couple of different angles and don't rush to the perfect fix. Just option, option, the skill.
What do you meant by different angles? Start a problem with different angles. For example, I want to
Different
start.
angles. Oh,
Yeah,
hmm
carry on.
sure. Different angles means looking at the problem through different lenses like time, cause, people involved, constraints, or desired outcome. So instead of how do I fix this now, you might ask who's affected most and what's the simplest version of this? Or what if the constraint was removed? Each lens shakes loose new possibilities.
Okay, thank you so much, ChatGPT, for sharing such a useful insight about creative thinking and effective problem solving. It was nice talking to you. We will meet again in another session. Till then, Allah Hafiz.
Sounds good. Take care, and I'll be right here when you're ready to continue.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.
All right.
Today, we learned that creativity is not only about art or designing something beautiful, it is also about looking at challenges from different perspectives, asking better questions, exploring new ideas, and finding practical solutions. I have this conversation inspires everyone to think differently and approaches everyday problem with a more creative mindset. Thank you everyone for joining today's AI learning session. Keep learning, keep thinking creatively, and keep solving problems with confidence. Till next session, Allah Hafiz.